One of the most common mistakes I see business owners make is launching their new website without taking into account the effect it's going to have on their traffic from Google. See, a lot of business owners expect that when they hire a web designer, the web designer will take care of all of their SEO needs as well. However, in reality, web design and SEO are two completely different professions. You can have a web designer who is fantastic at design, development, making it look great on a mobile phone, etc., who knows nothing about SEO. And that's not because they're not good at their job, it's just because it's not their job. And so what I want to do in today's video is take you through some of the most important things you need to make sure that you have done before you go live with your new website, and then some of the most important things you need to do after you go live with your new website to make sure that you have the smoothest transition possible over to your new website. The first thing you want to do is go through your Google Analytics report and find all the pages that are getting a lot of traffic right now and make sure that those pages still exist on your new website. Now, sometimes pages will get removed and it will be a conscious decision, but what often happens is that a web designer will not recreate a page because they don't think it's important, or maybe they didn't see it, but Google and Bing and the other search engines, they did see it, and they used to give you a lot of traffic for that page, and you used to get a lot of leads or sales coming through that page. When the web designer misses that off, and that's no longer on your website anymore, your rankings for that page now drop, you no longer get that traffic, and so you notice that that has a significant impact on the new leads or the sales that you're getting coming into your business. So go through your analytics report, make sure that the pages that were bringing in the traffic are still there on the new website before you go live. Make sure that the URL hasn't changed. And another thing you want to do is, unless this was a conscious SEO decision, make sure that your page structure hasn't changed either. So you want to check your H1 tag, your title tag, your H2s, the content on the page. You want to check your meta descriptions, your schema markup. Make sure that all of the stuff that was there on the old site has been accurately moved over onto the new site at the same URL. If you have moved a page and it is a decision that you have made on purpose and you've decided that you want to change that URL, make sure that you have set up a 301 redirect from the old URL to the new URL. The 301 redirect will tell your users and Google where the new version of that page is. So it's very important, if you do change the URLs, which I would normally advise not to do, but if you do it, set up a 301 redirect to let the search engines know this is where the page now lies. It's also helpful for users, because if a user has bookmarked the page, or maybe they've emailed that page to somebody, or maybe there's a backlink from another website to that page, you need to have that 301 redirect there to let those people know this is where that page now lies. The other thing that you want to pay attention to is whether you have the www. Prefix before your domain name. If your current site starts with www. And the new site, when it goes live, doesn't carry that over, Google, Bing, the other search engines will look at that as a new domain. So you need to make sure that if you used to be at www. You stay at www. And if you didn't have the www. You don't add it now. Before you go live, make sure that you move over to the exact same version of the domain. So now that you've checked all the things we spoke about in the previous section of this video, and you've gone live with your new website, the first thing you need to do is check that you don't have any broken internal links. And the most common reason for this is because when your new site gets built, it gets built on what's known as a staging site. And a staging site is a separate place where a developer will build your website that's separate from your live site, and they will build it there so they can build and test on a live server. And while they're doing that, they will internally link to other pages on that staging site. Now, when they move the site from staging over to live, they need to make sure that they have updated every single link that points between the pages on that website. Unfortunately, this often gets missed, and this isn't something that's just among new web designers. I know designers that have been doing the job for over 20 years that still make this mistake to this day. The truth is, you've got a lot of pages on your site, and there's a lot to deal with when you're going live with a new website. And so it's so common that this gets missed. You want to make sure that a check is done afterwards just to make sure. One of the easiest ways to do this is to use a tool called Screaming Frog. Screaming Frog will allow you to send a bot over to your site that will check all of the links that point internally and externally on your website. and you can go through and audit these links and make sure that everywhere you're linking to is the correct place. You'll easily find any links to your staging site if you run a Screaming Frog audit, or you can use a tool like Ahrefs. Ahrefs will allow you to do a very similar thing as well. So make sure that you do spend the time checking for broken internal links. Make that your first priority. After that, you want to be monitoring your 404s in Google Analytics. Have a look through your Google Analytics report and see if you're getting a lot of 404s. Now, some 404s are inevitable. You're always going to get them. But if you've noticed that they're spiking and you're getting lots of 404s on pages that used to exist, that's a clear sign that even though you made the checks previously, you still have got missing pages that you need to recreate as soon as physically possible. You also need to check that the developer hasn't left a no index tag across your website. Now, the reason why the no index tag will have been added to your website is while they was developing it on the staging site we spoke about earlier, they will add the no index tag to make sure that Google and other search engines do not index it in their search engine results pages. When they move from staging over to live, lots of developers will forget to take off that no index tag. So just check your source code and make sure that there isn't a no index tag. If there is, you can guarantee that your traffic will plummet very, very quickly, because that no index tag is a direct signal to tell Google, do not include this website in your search results. The other thing you want to check is your canonical tags. Now, canonical tags will tell Google and other search engines where the version of the page is that you want to be indexed. So if you have a page that is called About Us and it's at the URL about-us, but you set the canonical tag to be at contact-us, the About Us page will not get indexed because you have told Google that the About Us page shouldn't be indexed and you should instead index the Contact Us page. Now, this sounds like a very odd scenario to have happen, but what often happens is that when the web designer builds your website, they will build one page and then they will duplicate that page when they build another page. But if they set the canonical on the first page, that canonical will move over to the new page and they will forget to update it. So it's always worth checking to make sure that your canonical tags are self-referencing. You can do this using a tool like Screaming Frog. You can manually go through and look at your page source code. You can have a look in Ahrefs. There's lots of different tools that will allow you to do it. But the main thing is that you do check this, especially for the key pages that are bringing you in a lot of traffic. So those are the key things you need to do before and after going live with your new website. Now, if you're working with a dedicated SEO company, they are going to do a few more checks than those, but those are the key ones you need to do if you want to make sure that you keep your traffic you currently get from Google right now. There are a couple of other ones I want to add to this as well. The first is to check your robots.txt. It's not very common that there are problems here, but if there are, it can block access to certain places in your website. So check your robots.txt isn't blocking access. And secondly, although this isn't SEO related, do check that your contact forms are submitting emails through to you correctly. I've seen lots of websites go live and the contact forms have been set up incorrectly or they're not working at all, and this doesn't get noticed until months down the line when the business owner wonders, why is it that we're getting this traffic but the leads ain't coming in? So just check your contact forms have been set up correctly. If you do all the things that I've shared in this video, it's going to save you a significant amount of time, stress and money. And if you think that that's worth giving this a thumbs up and a comment, then please do. But either way, I hope to see you in the next video and I hope this helped. Thanks.